A scenario is a brief story about a user completing a specific task or goal using whatever service or solution you're designing. When creating a scenario, it's best to use a specific persona as the actor carrying out the scenario because this provides additional context and insight about how that particular user might perform the task. Scenarios can be used in a scenario mapping exercise, which is an ideation exercise meant to help your team think about how these users might approach a task and what type of experience you want to provide them. It's meant to be a collaborative exercise, so you'll want to include 4 to 6 people from your product team of varying roles so that differing points of view are represented. Before you get started, take one key task that your product will be built to support and determine which persona you'll focus on for the exercise. I'm going to walk you through how to conduct scenario mapping for a scenario many of us are familiar with, booking a hotel room. In order to do this, you'll need some wall space, 3 to 4 colors of sticky notes, and pens. First, write a scenario that includes the following 5 elements: a persona, a motivator, intent, an action, and a resolution. Remember to focus on what happens, not necessarily exactly how it happens. Initially, you want to keep the steps relatively high level. Break this scenario down into 4 to 6 sticky notes horizontally as a starting point. You can break this down into more steps and take another detailed pass later. For our scenario, Debbie needs a hotel room that's affordable and has good reviews. She does a hotel search on the website. She filters the hotels shown by price and rating. She looks at various hotel detail pages to determine which hotels meet her needs. Debbie selects a hotel and books a room. Then, designate a different color of sticky note for 3 different categories. Any good ideas or suggestions? For example, it might be helpful to let Debbie filter the reviews based on common keywords, questions that arise at this step that you'll want to resolve, and lastly, any comments or considerations you have. For example, there might be variable information available about hotel amenities in the database. Take about 10 minutes for each member of the group to brainstorm around these 3 categories, and have people put their notes up on the wall as they go. After that time, the facilitator should go through the sticky notes one by one, acknowledging the idea and opening it up to the group for discussion or questions. Scenario mapping is useful to do fairly early in a project to help define user flows, features, and UI design. And because it forces you to think about users and the context in which your service might be used, it helps to ensure your solutions are grounded in the real world.